Microphone muted.
No life for 4 minutes. Pistols headshot only.
क्या हो रहा है यार, कहाँ जा रहा है बुलेट्स?
No life for 5 minutes. Pistols only.
कैसे माउस पकड़ लो यार मैं
Killing spree.
क्या लैग है भाई माँ की। शोध कितना FPS फॉल होगा भाई मेरा। पूरा माउस लैग हो रहा है, इतना FPS फॉल हो रहा है यहाँ। One 40 FPS. Of course. Bro, display. Only spray practice. Shit.
User joined your channel.
हेलो
हेलो।
अरे हेडफोन चालू। अरे तेरे पास अभी 4K है भावेश? मैं तेरे को रात में देता हूँ वापस।
4K?
हाँ 4K।
एक सेकंड चेक कर। मेरे पास है अभी 2683 रुपीस। हेलो।
ठीक है माउसपैड ऑर्डर कर रहा हूँ मैं।
चाहिए इतना?
नहीं तो मैं देखता हूँ पहले।
सीन क्या है कि थोड़ा सा सैलरी नहीं आया और अभी तो आएगा भी नहीं आगे का, पहले का भी नहीं आया वैसे तो ये थोड़ा वो है।
अरे मेरे पास है कॉइन से, वो बेचने को टाइम लगेगा ना। और मैं अभी माउसपैड ऑर्डर कर रहा था।
कौन सा ऑर्डर कर रहा है?
वो
आर्टिसन?
नहीं आर्टिसन तो नहीं मिल रहा। GTR।
तू चाइना गए थे तब क्यों नहीं मांगा ये सब?
GTR
वो नया वाला जो भी?
हाँ
एम्बर वाला?
हाँ।
कितने का मिल रहा है?
4400।
हाँ सही है। 3800 का तो वैसे आ जाता है, नॉर्मल तो चलता है 4400।
कौन सा आ जाता है?
नॉर्मल वाला 3800 में।
नहीं ये नया है।
हाँ तो नया वाला सही है फिर। तो अभी कौन से पे?
मैं अभी QC।
बस फिर उसका टाइम चला गया, थोड़ा आगे बढ़ो जिंदगी में।
मैं मंगा रहा हूँ GTR। ये वाला
GTR?
हाँ
कार लग रही है GTR। अरे ये मैंने यूज किया था चाइना में।
कैसा
इसका
था?
अच्छा था वो।
आर्टिजन जैसा ही है।
नहीं नहीं, आर्टिसन जैसा नहीं है, बट आर्टिसन से अलग है, बट अच्छा है ये भी। इसका वो नीचे वाला पीछे वाला साइड बहुत अच्छा है।
हिलता नहीं है।
नहीं बिल्कुल नहीं हिलता है।
देखा वीडियो में।
और इसका वो भी अच्छा है, मतलब ये आर्टिसन वाली देखो फील तो दे देगा, क्योंकि इसका वो है जैसे एक्स सॉफ्ट कैसा होता है,
हाँ
ऐसा ऐसा दबाएगा तो दबता है ऐसा मस्त। ये भी ट्राई कर सकते हैं, वो नया वाला रोग 2 आया कुछ।
कौन सा?
रोग 2।
और मेरे को वैसा सॉफ्ट माउस पैड नहीं पसंद।
सीन क्या है, वो रोग 2 है ना, वो थोड़ा फास्ट है, ठीक है।
हाँ वही मेरे को फास्ट माउस।
अगर तेरे को स्लो चाहिए तो ये GTR अच्छा है।
यप।
रोग 2 फास्ट है।
मेरे अकाउंट में कितना है चेक करने दे।
हाँ देख ले, फिर उसके हिसाब से भेज दूंगा देखो।
मेरे अकाउंट में है 3000।
1000 भेजता हूँ या और चाहिए?
3000 ना, रुक बताता हूँ कितने का है माउस पैड माइनस
1000
3000।
या और चाहिए?
तो 2000 भेज दे मेरे को ना, रुक
ठीक है
बताता
भेजता
हूँ
हूँ।
कितने का है माउस पैड माइनस 3000।
ये व्हाट्सएप नंबर पे भेजूं क्या? ठीक है भेज।
क्या?
हाँ सुन, मैं 2-3 मिनट में आता हूँ, खाना खाने जा रहा हूँ।
हाँ ठीक है, मैं भी खाना खा के आता हूँ फिर खेलते हैं।
हाँ हाँ
Hi guys, welcome to the stream. Hello Glackup. Ember hater नहीं है यार Glackup. He is a good friend of mine as well as a brother. Hello King Fancy. Hello. What trick streams? Shivam Shekhar. Tournament खेल tournament. कब आएंगे ये लोग भाई? मित्रों
And take some of this mid-space back for Aurora. It's taken them a while to piece this all together.
As a CT molly, so it's not going to do too much.
Still, Xantares wants this. And take some of this mid-space back.
To do it again, gets caught in the open. That is a just harrowing issue. Missed shot is unfortunate. Lukowski, and then Molodoi lines him up. Everything about that is ugly for MIBR.
Only thing that the Mongols care about. The last stand here for Bit and Immer at the bomb site. 10 seconds on the clock. They take down Techno. Bit, fantastic, spectacular double kill, but it is not enough. Even all of that, they have time for the bomb plant. One more second and there wouldn't have been, but the bomb goes through. And the question is, do Navi want to risk it here, or do they just want to fight for overtime? They've already got an answer. Mongols on 12.
Amazing. It's so cool because if you think about when Mongols decide to put those rounds in, where they're the kinds of rounds that you don't want to do more than once or twice. It's just interesting the timing, like this late into regulation. That's when they're doing the first proper fake, and then when we saw them go super aggressive on the CT side after losing some rounds, it was like immediate. They went, they just ran down mid immediately. They never try to play us around. So they are picking, I think, surprising moments. And especially, as you mentioned, they knew that Na'Vi had dumped so much util. So because of that, they were able to create more of a threat, because Na'Vi had to be like, oh my god, we got to get in position faster because we don't have the delay, because we don't have the util.
Yeah, it's easy to put yourself in Alexi's shoes in that round and say, once he throws the smoke out, he has nothing left to defend with. So if he doesn't call in the reinforcements, we could have been critical the other way. We would have said, why on earth would he not call for reinforcements? He's got nothing left. There's still 30 seconds in the round. Like, it's kind of madness to be there alone. So he almost had to, because they just had no information. This time, outsmarted by the Mongols, 12 to 11. We're going to round number 24 here. They have some weapons. They have some utility as well on the Na'Vi side. And they've got a three-man stack once again, starting off on the B-bomb side. That's been the game plan a lot of the time. And the Mongols, I mean, if they know that, if they've seen the demos here, if they can do the research, they might just want to go, a little bit quicker towards the A-bomb side early on, because there's going to be a window where there's only 2 people here. Grenade going towards the arch position. Molotov on the other side. It isolates. Wonderful. Got no backup here. Imma's going to be going down. Techno with some fantastic openings. Pits. He burns alive, but he's done so much work already. There's a minute on the clock, and because they control the pits, they're going to run in here and get the bomb planted. JL and Alexi in a fight to try and hold on to Inferno. They had, what was it, like a 7-0 lead, I think? Maybe like 7-1 or something like that. It was really crazy. Super one-sided in favor of Na'Vi at the beginning of the first half. On the T side, Na'Vi were punishing the Mongols, but somehow they found a way back into this one. 9-10's taking down JL, and Alexi, there's nothing left to be done right now. He's got the utility, but that is not what's going to win this kind of a round. Some good grenades, it's all worth watching for, but Techno's still alive back here, and they're going to tag him up. He gets the first kill, but time is already running very low, and you can see he's just no time for it here. Desperately hunting for Massinio, who just has to hide in the pit to win the game, and he absolutely will. It's a nice headshot, but there is no time for the defuse. 13 to 11 as the Mongols manage to take down Na'Vi.
Wow. This is what a great game. What an absolute stunner there from both of these teams. Both playing really well, but it was indeed the Mongols coming out on top. What did you guys think of it?
Did you think of that, Yanko?
I think that was a monumental collapse from Na'Vi in the end. I think this is the worst way to lose a game. Like, you're doing everything right, and then a couple of rounds towards the end, things just fall apart. You make some small mistakes, communication is just a little bit off, and it's the worst case scenario. And funnily enough, this is exactly the sort of a game that Mongols would not win in an arena.
The resolve that the Mongols showed, the resilience there, off of some pretty solid planning through the rounds, great mid-rounding with the map control that they had. And Na'Vi, you don't see them crater like that all too often. Some critical mistakes towards the latter stages of that, which we're definitely going to be highlighting.
That's the thing. Before we get into that second half and that monumental collapse that Yanko mentioned, let's start in the first half, because I still wrote down in my notes, I was like, wow, Na'Vi looks confident again. They looked aggressive. They were doing well. That was the first half. It was a tale of, oh, wow, this could be a Na'Vi reinvigorated.
Wonderful was incredible in the first half. The offensive opping, the way that he was able to find picks, the way that they set him up to find picks too. Na'Vi were definitely in their bag, but it's obviously a tale of two halves, because that first half, you can do all of these things right, but it's almost like, did you actually feel like you needed a bigger cushion? Because I didn't when they switched sides.
Yeah, last time they played Inferno, Na'Vi got one round on T side, right? And everything was going wrong for them in that one. Here, the big adjustment was, breaking the deep smoke for Wonderful with the op. I mean, he got three entries in the first gun round just off the back of that. And they were very, very good at finding openings this time around. So that's a complete 180 compared to the last Inferno they played, and it looked like it was going to be enough from Na'Vi. Good job from Mongols after being 7-1 down to win a couple of rounds towards the end of the half. Winning pistol obviously was crucial in converting, but I liked what Na'Vi was doing. They were constantly keeping the pressure on the Mongols. They were getting a lot of kills in those force buys, even though they didn't win the rounds. Even in the first gun round, that goes sideways, they still keep the pressure up. And that's why when they were finally able to win a round, all of a sudden, Mongols don't have a great buy, and these rounds become easy. And just the crumble at the very end all started against a half buy and went downhill from there.
Let's talk about that second half. Obviously, Yanko has done a brief sort of synopsis of what we saw. But what did you feel, Maui, happened to Na'Vi as the half turned?
Well, we'll get into some of the rounds as to kind of like the specifics, but the main thing for me was a lack of forward information in a lot of the rounds for them, where they were just passively rotating between bomb sites, trying to just get to where the action is instead of trying to take action on your own terms. Inferno as a map right now can be, for a lot of fans, sort of boring because you just see teams just kind of passively rotating because it's risky. It's risky to push and try to get information, especially at the top of Banana. But Na'Vi were so in the dark for that second half that it kind of just became a battle of Blitz knowing I have absolutely every tool at my fingertips, and he knew exactly how to use them.
Okay, let's go back to the first half. Let's break down these rounds that you've mentioned. We're going to start with round number 7. That was kind of the first half of this game before things changed. Yanko, what are we looking at?
I think it was just another good round from Na'Vi early on, right? It's just an example of them winning the banana fight. They did it in round 4 when Mongols were trying to be more aggressive. Here they made the adjustment and were playing for top banana. Still didn't make a difference. Na'Vi was able to get the entries, speed up on the B bomb side. Just a nice and easy round, and were really, really dominant. That was the big difference compared to the first time round that they played it.
But now we move into the second half, and I think we can all agree round 20 was the moment where it kind of went, okay, cool, Mongols they're going to take this potentially.
Yeah, I think for this one, like Na'Vi, if they win this, they're on match point. They've secured overtime, right? And it's just speeding up towards A. Wonderful is playing close short, right? He sort of sees the shadow, doesn't hit the shot, falls back. They just swarm them. And the problem is, because they didn't have that early information Maui's talking about, it all happens so fast. I mean, they just swarmed the bomb site. Ima and Bit are scrambling to help Wonderful, who's, you know, in the site with the op, can't do much. And once you fail to kill that first guy, he just pushes past default and creates way too much space. By the time he gets dealt with, you know, the trade kills are there, and this really gave a lifeline to the Mongols.
There's that cartoon of the snowball that just gets bigger and bigger as it goes down the hill. So we've started with round 20. We get to round 21, the snowball starts to get a little bit bigger.
Again, I feel like this is just an example of, well, the Mongols actually take an early casualty, but they get that top banana control, and they take the space with quite a few casualties, but this feels just kind of like a backbreaker. This swing around from Mazinho right here, where he's able to get the second headshot on the Bit, like, I've drawn the parallels between those two players before, and in some ways it's a bit poetic that the new babyface headshotting assassin is going to take down the old one who is on a withering roster. So yeah, a round where there was a definite opportunity for Na'Vi to course correct in that moment, but Mazinho with some heroics.
This is also where the communication broke down for Na'Vi. I mean, they were on the fast road. Bit was very quick on the flank, but the smoke from Alexei in pool was still there, right? And he was sort of thinking whether I should push immediately, wasn't sure how long the smoke was going to stay there. Actually, would have been the better play if he and the CT player just pushed through the smokes at the same time. Na'Vi was in a 3v2, but they waited out. It allows the Mongols players time to reposition. Wonderful misses the shot, dies in ruins sort of on his own a little bit. And this is back-to-back. That's why it was, you know, critical, because it's just two devastating rounds for Na'Vi that they should have been able to close out.
We've got the massive snowball now. It turns into an avalanche, buries Na'Vi, that round 23.
This is one where Na'Vi went with a 4-man B start at the beginning, and the point that I would draw the most attention to here is just that Na'Vi's utility usage in this was pretty darn bad. If we end up seeing what's happening here, they're throwing all of these Molotovs, they're throwing all of these nades, but they have no idea what's going on. That molly that lands towards logs right there, you don't even know if there's a person actually in the close right cubby. And so Alexei has to fall back. They spend all of this utility, they spend all this manpower, and they had nothing. They had absolutely no idea what was happening. They didn't even know if anybody was right by the half wall or at car at that point. And so they played for a minute in the dark here. Like, that's, for me, if you're spending 4 people and you're spending about $2,000 in utility, you need something. You can't just walk away from that space and say, all right, we threw the nades. It almost was performative. Like you got nothing practical out of it.
Well, I think they had a good idea in that round, what they wanted to do. They threw all the nades to simulate more people are there. They leave Alexei playing retake. They had 4 guys A. I think they were a bit unfortunate. It was a great call from the Mongols. They sort of cleared top mid with 35 seconds left, right? Didn't see anyone. That's when players started going back to B. B fake comes in from the side of the Mongols, and they're going back to A. Still have 2 smokes actually for Arch and Library, and they're wrapping kind of 4v2 on Bit and Ima in the site, right? So for Navi, they were going to sort of just play 4A and kind of save for the last round if the call was wrong, but they got baited by, you know, information that mid was clear that it's going to be B, and just the patience from the Mongols. We were talking about they don't have too much finesse for the game, but that was one of the rare times you see them with a sort of a layered call that worked extremely well, and just props to them for being able to bounce back, come back, and win the game on the T side.
So obviously between maps, normally there's that break. The players are getting spoken to by their coaches. No one's focusing on the loss. Everyone's focusing on falling forward. Let's look at the next map. We're going to look at Mirage now, but I'm curious if you were to be able to say something to Na'Vi now about what's just happened and what needs to happen next, what would it be?
I would say that, I mean, Ursula and the Na'Vi mental staff can coach them to get blown out or lose in any fashion and move to the next map almost like nothing even happened. So their ability to just have short-term memory loss in a great way has been great for Na'Vi over the last year and a half. And also a reminder, they did win this one in overtime last time for the Blast Open Lisbon event. And they did so even when the Mongols were throwing some pretty complex plays at them. There were some good flanks from the Mongols, but Na'Vi were just airtight. They covered the angles extremely well. They held just enough information. But I think that the difference when I watched that match back and today is that people like Bit popped off. People that like Ima popped off in that game, whereas today Ima was incredibly silent and Bit in Pit was kind of a liability. Like he would get 1 at most today.
I don't know. I think a loss like that just leaves a terrible taste in your mouth, because it's across the board that everyone was collapsing, really, and you had the game and everything was going well, and sure, you can go into it and saying, we did better than the last time or whatever, we're going into our map pick. Like, you can say all those things. It's not going to make players forget how this map went. So usually in those situations, right, the only thing that helps you is a strong start. Just kick things off, just get rolling early. That way you're just looking ahead, focusing on the game in front of you. Like, sure, they'll say all the right things, but whether it will, be received by the players, I think it's not the same Na'Vi from last year. Like, when you're already struggling this year and losing some games that you shouldn't, and now it happens again, just look at FaZe as well. You saw that documentary. It's like you start thinking about it. Oh, it's happening again. It's just happened again to Na'Vi, and I don't know if they can snap out of it.
It's that snowball, but now it's the negative one that may be encapsulating Na'Vi. On the side of Mongols, how do you expect them to play Mirage, Yanko?
I don't know, they'll keep doing their same thing, right? Like, they played Mirage so many times against each other. You'll see if they'll sprinkle anything else, whether it's just playing default a little bit slower and going for those B splits, whether it's, last 2 times they played in this tournament, they were doing B pops early on. They tried to focus B in their last game, but Alexi was actually having a good game and was punishing them for it. So we'll have to wait and see.
What about you, Mary? Are you in agreement with Yanko?
I'm a little bit worried for Na'Vi if I have to take a side. So I would love to see them bounce back, because it felt like in some ways one of the best ways this tournament could run is for Na'Vi to have a deep playoff performance to prove to themselves and everybody that they are a contender team. But if they're going to collapse in that sort of fashion as they did on Inferno, I'm going to have a hard time believing.
Are Na'Vi in trouble? That is the question that is going to be answered after the break.
She said she loves you.
But she can't love me.
But I love you.
Microphone activated.
कहाँ गए भाई ये लोग? कब आएंगे? ओ गर्मी लग रही है यार.
Yeah, I think he wanted to make a really fast play towards Temple, but was spotted, so called it off. But I mean, obviously now 4-on-1, you got the information, you got the whole map available to you. So good luck, Snacks. Although he's worked himself into a good position. He got over here way quicker than Lake would expect, but maybe not Swish. Shuts him down with the Galil. So a quick rotation puts Snacks in a interesting situation, but doesn't actually get to build into it. 6-6 at the half as we switch sides. M80 is going to go on defense, trying to force us into a third map if we do need it. I clicked off the page, so give me a second. If we
Hello, Suchandra ji.
So one more half of
आप मुझे bot क्यों बोल रहे हो?
things there. Both teams got some cheeky smiles as 6-6. I don't think anyone's too disappointed with that.
वैसे आप सही बोल रहे हो, मैं bot ही हो गया हूँ अभी तो.
In too dangerous of a territory here.
Sure.
So I would expect they'd be all right going into Mirage here. Now, the cool thing, I think, about last game is that we saw that Na'Vi were putting the Mongols through their paces. Despite losing, that 7-1 lead that they had was done in just for such a
7-1
crazy,
lead
fast
पे था
fashion.
Na'Vi और उधर से आ रहा है ये
And so
लोग.
if they tap into that confidence into Mirage here, I think
What?
they're still going to be in great shape. And we can't say anything but good things, I think, about Wonderful and the AWPing.
He was a really, really big reason why it got as close as it did and why they had such a fantastic start.
7-1 they were winning.
Might play even more of a role on a map like Mirage, you have to expect with the AWP. So very, very curious how that will end up playing out for him if he could do it again. The Mongols look like they are going to be starting on the T side with Na'Vi on the CT
8-11
side
they
as
were
well.
winning.
So I think it was really fun. Like, I found it was a really fun game to watch. It was obviously a lot of back and forth, but I think we got to get a good taste of really both
आप
teams.
बोलो और मैं ना
We'll
करूं.
see if we can reproduce that
course
kind of
किया है जो
quality
आपने
here on
बोला है
this
मुझे.
map. For
WhatsApp
utility, we're going to have a little bit of defensive on the Imma side there. Alexi also buying the smoke kit combination. It always makes me excited because it means no matter what, you can win the round on the CT side. Like, even in a 1v4, you can do it. And for the Mongols, it's way more light. It's one single smoke on a blitz, and he's clearly playing towards that middle position, so might just be sort of window and then go split that A-bomb side from 3 different positions.
I know, it looks like the Mongols were looking for that early CT aggro in mid, which isn't too uncommon. After a while, they decide to go through to connector here now and forcing the issue in towards the A side. The split is on. Is there any shots here for the defense? Imi on the other side gets destroyed by Sensu. Oh my god, the knives come out! No, you can't do this!
Oh my
Sensu,
god!
5 versus 2, and the Mongols are in the A side.
It wasn't just that it was the stabbing, it's that it took so long. Just slowly poking holes in him. That was actually gruesome to watch. And so is that JL making the leap across in the middle and shot in the head by 9-10. Alexi, is there anything left? He does have the smoke kit, but you have to get closer than that. They'll shut it down. The Mongols laughing their way through that round. Oh no. Can I request not a replay? You know, just avert your eyes. Don't look at it, guys. It's not. Oh no. We've got multiple angles of the replay. We've got CCT cameras where the evidence is all there. That is a savage way to win a round.
That's actually so wild. All right, well. Okay, I got to get my head over that. Okay, 1-0 for the Mongols. And a couple AKs, 3 map 10s, mid control. Watch out for the scout, though. Wonderful on that scout. On the A site for now.
Bye!
Yeah, they love this default. The Mongols, this is their favorite thing, where they got Messinio up in the palace. And I would even say it's so much of one of their favorite things that I'd not be too surprised if Navi try and punch into this position later on. Because if you double push the palace for Navi, you're going to find him there a lot of the time. But they run this, yeah, pretty much all the time. So I doubt if it's going to be Gigantus. I might actually go look for him right now. And I think this is just a stats question. Navi have been looking at the demos same as I have, and they are going to be prepped for that one. So pretty sick. 4 versus 5, 55 seconds here. Blitz, that's a long range. And the MAC-10s, even in spite of the fact that they lost the early player there, kind of powering through the sheer mobility of those weapons, making it very hard to stop them. Alexi will find himself once again alone, trying to do a tiny bit more damage, which, remember, in a loss on the CT side of Inferno, was something that Navi actually managed to do. Even when they lost rounds, they did a lot of damage. This time, the Mongols just losing 1 player.
And I'm so curious when I mean, we talked about it already, the AWP showdown. I think it's going to be so interesting. By the way, sometimes the MAC-10, like we saw there with Blitz, sometimes it's just like just straight on their head.
As much as I hate to admit it, it is probably a skill issue for me. Like, you know, I think if there are some players who are just so good with taking those side of shots with the SMGs, I am just not one of them. It's 1 flash on Alexi. So you can see that they're set up to crunch middle. Just a matter of timing when they sort of try and get people there. All right, he's pulled it out. They're falling kind of away. I wish they would have had all 5 players for this crunch. I think that's a, you know, you might as well. You're very likely not going to win this round anyway for Navi, but just try and see if you can make it more expensive somehow. Still hasn't really set himself up to really do anything with it, so.
Joe got spotted there. I was looking for an angle onto Senzu, but can't go forward. Oh, a bit there we go. JL Faceit was waiting for that for so long, that opportunity. At least he gets the headshot. So there's the damage you were looking for. And now there's no more deagles. There were 2. Now there are 0. Oh. It looks like Wonderful just gave up on life.
I think he was getting wallbanged from the other side. I think he was like being slowed down, so he was just annoyed at the whole, the whole situation. These MAC-10s have done so much work, and the fact that they're carrying them into the next round, like the double MAC-10 going into this one, it could be kind of interesting. It might very, very heavily dictate what kind of round the Mongols want to play. Like B-pops with 2 MAC-10s jumping out it's right there for the taking. You'd want to be able to do that. There is only head armor on 2 people on the Navi side, which makes the MAC-10s kind of a menace.
10 getting into position with the AWP in mid. Wonderful! The other side takes down Senzu from Connector. But 9-10 again, we know that he's still up there. Wonderful going deeper, obviously under the cover of smoke. 9-10 not with an angle on it just yet. But with Wonderful creeping out, we might be denied this AWP battle for now. But with the 4v5 for the Mongols, they're going to have to reset now and figure out which direction they want to go. You can't just stand in mid forever.
So Techno's going to rejoin them in the middle through the underpass. They'll smoke this off, and then Smassinio will eventually try to Molotov out Bit in this shadow position. Smoke goes up in front, but still, they kind of have to do something there. We'll see if he can find the right Molotov to put some pressure on him while they push. That is a fantastic beginning, though. Ima does get shut down. He's still waiting on Messinio to make his move on the other side of the map here. I think that will be the critical moment of how much pressure they can put on Bit so that he can't help out the rest of the team. Wonderful. Catching 9-10. There's Techno in the window and no head armor. He goes straight down. Bit is down below, but you can see the Molotov. It did push him into a bit of an awkward fight, and he ends up going down to Blitz. The utility and the timing here for the Mongols has been really good, but they're still in a 1 versus 2 now. Baumann is back for Blitz. Walks in. It's an awkward fight, but it does go his way. And he knows where Alexi is somewhere in the middle there, so tries to fake it, tries to flash it. Hasn't really seen anybody yet now, so we'll go for the full-on bomb plant here. Alexi has snuck around towards CT spawn. He's on the hunt. Very close now to walking up behind Blitz, who's got absolutely no idea. Alexi every single second getting closer, and I think just the timing for it here as he turns around. Blitz, the spray would have been good, but Alexi wallbangs him down. Ends on 3 health and clutches it for Navi.
that was crazy close. Blitz,
Nice try.
I think, did an excellent job, especially the kill on CT, that resetting the fight. You know, as his opponent was kind of clipping the wall there, you kind of know you can kind of reset it, like go back into cover, re-peek. Really nice stuff. And wonderful, yeah, in a really bad spot there also. Good find from 910 to open up the round. There's a lot of really cool moments, I think, in that one for both sides. But again, like Alexi B winning it by the skin of his teeth, and that's going to put 1 on the board for Na'Vi. Orb still alive for both 910 and Wonderful. So would imagine to see that we'll see probably that default that you mentioned that Mongols like once again here.
Yeah. It is such a catch-all approach. You might as well do it. So Messinio up at the palace one more time. A little bit more heavy towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, looking for the pick here.
Alexi jumping in the back. You're going to have the volume turned way up to be able to hear that for 910, but as soon as the spot is in, Alexi ducks away, going to throw a cautious grenade to hold them on back. Bomb is dropped further back, and there's still plenty of time in the round. One opportunity missed.
Oh, that's scary, isn't it? That's so scary. But the Mongols, you know, the issue here is that you invest a lot in time in looking for that pick. If you don't get it, now all the time is gone, you might be forced by the clock to make a more risky move. They're actually regrouping into the B apartments. And Na'Vi, they're just playing pretty defensive, 2-1-2 setup, so this B push could still look quite good depending on how clean the entry is against Alexi B, who's just on an MP9.
Missed opportunity, Wonderful, can't catch the shot, and the flashbangs are fantastic. Alexi, he was back there for such a long time, but he really didn't get anything done, and you almost wonder why. Just 1 or 2 kills could have, or especially 2, but just even 1 kill could have distracted a bit from it. It's 25 seconds, and they will go for the bomb plant here without being interrupted. Now we've already given up the round. B from apartments is their favorite strategy, statistically in the last 3 months. So it's not by a huge margin. So it's not really easy necessarily for Na'Vi to predict. But I did actually think the setup was kind of nice for it. The MP9 by the truck back there, or by the van, and with Wonderful's AWP. Given how he was playing on the first map, you would have thought maybe he just needs 1 shot, and if Alexi gets the other one, it's immediately a good defense.
Certainly is. Yeah, and it's a tricky round. It's interesting because Na'Vi, I think they're quite. This is one of those elements of how the AWP I think can impact how a CT side plays, because I think, you know, Na'Vi's very worried there that if they try to play too aggressively to find information, they'll just walk into a pick, because the whole map's been silent. They know that's precisely the case. They saw Mongols looking for the pick in B apartments, and when time passes, when enough time has passed, 910 could be anywhere else. So it's a tough spot to be in, but Mongols coming out ahead might encourage Na'Vi to maybe play a little more actively in some of the future gun rounds.
4-1. Now we've got to be worried. I mean, CT side on this map, it's not, you know, anything can happen, right? We do know that the game is slowly creeping to be more T-sided on the whole. But I would still want to win the majority of the rounds here if I'm Na'Vi on the CT side. At least tie up the game, you know, make it a 6-6 scoreline, something like that. They're having a bit of a hard time at the moment, to be honest, even getting some of the individuals online. 0
Simple
kills
hota
on Emma, but high fragging is jail with 4 kills.
Yeah, we were discussing this off
के
camera
लिए
as
वो
well.
simple को देता
You
या
know,
तो
generally I feel
एक
like
M4 simple को देता
at LAN you kind of want to select T side just so that you can get everybody online,
right?
Because you can kind of be the aggressors. But here's somewhat of a switch up, obviously. 0, AK, and M4. Well, actually 2 M4s.
Well, to be honest, Dan, whenever you start a conversation with, we discuss this off camera, I'm immediately nervous. I'm like, oh, what's he going to bring up next?
Yeah,
but you're right. We did talk about that. You could see Bit looking for Messinio. He does just know it, and I think you should. It's worth thinking about this at home, how much research goes into it for Na'Vi to be as sure as they are that someone will be up here, and I definitely would be too. The problem is, even if you know he's there, can you find the kill? And the answer is absolutely yes. Bit with a very important victory. And again, finding him there reveals so much of the rest of the puzzle. You understand, okay, that was the default kind of round, so now we know what's next, or at least we have an idea.
They got it to JL. He's stolen the gun away. Is he going to get out of there? He gets away scot-free, at least for now. But he has no idea that they're there. He just cleared this position. That's like the downside of this. Yeah, he gets the gun, but they think this is completely clear at this point. And they're contacting through. Senzu picks up the kill onto JL, but Bit will take him down.
What a shot from Bit. AK is dangerous. Can he do it one more time? 9-10 says that's not going to be an opportunity. Spray goes on for a very long time. Wonderful goes down. Meanwhile, back here couldn't really keep it going. Double kill for Blitz. And Alexis snuck on through the connector. Might as well try and go through the smoke at this stage. No bomb plant yet, so there actually is a bit of an opportunity for him to maybe surprise them as they try and plant the bomb. Only 11 seconds left. That's Blitz going down. The bomb actually lost now. Out in the open. That's so awkward. Picked up once again, and this time the plant will be going through. He's got 15 bullets left still, so plenty enough to take down Techno. But he's got to find him first around the box, and Techno's just waiting for a minute. He will swing wide for it and make the escape. Oh, if he can get back into CT spawn, that will be annoying. There is no kit either on Alexi here, so I do think Techno knows that. Look at how far away he's going. He wouldn't do that if he thought there was a smoke and a kit in play. This is such intelligent Counter-Strike. Now going for the 10-second defuse. Techno getting a bit closer. He's got the timing in his head. He knows there's still a bit of time left. Lexi going for the full-on defuse, and unfortunately, Techno is down to seconds. He knew exactly when to peek to get him off that one. That is expertly timed.
So well done, and it's gonna feel terrible for Alexi B to be in these two positions where he's the one that, in fact, well, at least he won the last clutch. So I'll take that back. But yeah, that's rough. That is really rough. Oh, that was nice. When we got to actually see it, it's even better. It's even better.
I do want to highlight what you were talking about going out of the palace like that. You're absolutely right. One thing is that they didn't know, but it's so smart for the Mongols to throw no utility, because that could have been an easy mistake to make. You start to grenade around the corners and you're showing the other team, well, yeah, we're going to be coming for this position. They found out when they were getting shot in the back of the head, and that's pretty rude awakening, you know?
And one thing we saw in this start of this round is a huge util dump from Na'Vi, expecting there to be players top mid. But once again, the Mongols running the same setup they did before, but they're looking for that pick here in B apartments from 9-10 onto Alexi B in the site. Won't be able to find it. Wonderful there, deeper on mid, trying to escape. Just gets out of there, just barely. And we reset, but we reset in a round where Na'Vi have dumped more util than the Mongols.
Did you see the gun barrel?
I'm not sure.
Sensor was on the other side. So incredibly risky Counter-Strike being played here by Wonderful. I can't really decide in my own brain if I think it's good or if it's too risky. At the same time, you're down 5-1, so you probably will have to take some risks to sort of build a comeback. But he was alone in the middle. There was nobody flashing him, and he was trying to escape. Like, it was such a forward position. We are going to be seeing a bit of a, A execute here with a ramp position. 3 of them there with Messinio once again up in the palace.
The last opening the Mongols did like this, they actually hit B. So trying to throw Na'Vi for a loop hit. Seeing that player top mid, what does that really mean? Well, that's going to mean a lot. Bit goes down straight away. But Wonderful with the stoppage there into palace. And this might be a little bit harder than the Mongols wanted. Can't make it across, falling into sandwich. And then no one is crossed here. 18 seconds to get the bomb down.
Yeah, they got to hurry a lot more than that. The Molotovs are kind of annoying, but it doesn't help them closer to the bomb plant. The Mongols, someone has to make a choice right now. The spray is perfect for JL. Just had to drag his mouse down further and controlled it beyond belief. Immer does drop, but you're right, there's no time in the round any longer. The Mongols just waiting and waiting and waiting and never made the decision to actually go for it. And I actually didn't even check if they had the smokes, but they did decide to throw a bunch of Molotovs to top of the stairs and even towards the jungle position. But, Molotovs don't accomplish the same thing as smokes do. So maybe that's why they were never able to run out. A weird scenario.
Yeah, and what's interesting too is it's just that, again, if we go back earlier into the rounds, Na'Vi dumped all this util.
कहाँ मर गया भाई? अभी भी खा रहे हैं ये लोग?
Where they don't really focus on pressuring mid early. They instead apply more pressure towards B apartments looking for the pick. And so the mind games from the Mongols, because the previous one they did that, they hit the B site. That was around
5 मिनट 10 मिनट बोल के
the B site. And then here, obviously, switching back up to the A side.
43 minutes?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of util for Na'Vi, but they still...
43 minutes,
Mongols,
wow.
They didn't have enough time for something to go wrong. And we had some great... I think that first shot from Wonderful, that just really stopped them getting across to the site. And at that point, too much of the rotation had made its way across.
Also, in some ways, though, it's sort of a sketchy round for Na'Vi to win. Like, you're going to be happy that you're winning any rounds at all right now, but it's a round you win because of a bit of a fumble on the Mongol side. So I don't know how much you're celebrating it for Na'Vi. I'd like to see just some more individual, you know, hard-hitting rounds where you just feel the strength of some of the Na'Vi players. I think Bits had a couple of really sick shots on the map, but like, get some rounds where that's just how you win. Like, here we go, we just dominate. That's not going to happen in the middle.
He's going so fast.
Yeah, he's going to keep going for it. And again, it's that late smoke in the middle is always a sign to be worried. Oh, JL
he's alone
goes for it. He's just powering through. He is a one-man army crushing the Na'Vi defense. He's still alone, by the way. There's no one there to back him up.
How do you read this? And in the meantime, completely alone on the A bomb site is Bits, and he has got no chance of defending that. 9-10 still out here, still absolutely destroying fools left and right. And I mean, this is a shocker of a round. An earthquake under the feet of Na'Vi as Ima tries to defend. But what on earth possessed 9-10 to just run down mid by himself the entire way with an AWP? Open to everything, of course.
It's so sick. This is the kind of stuff that made the Mongols so popular in the beginning. It's so fun to see. And I mean, what can you do about this? I will say this. The fact that the smoke was later, again, is, you know, maybe a bit of a sign for Wonderful, but he was ready to take the fight. He wanted to fight there. 9-10.
I just can't understand. It's open to everything. He's fully exposed. He's naked. Sensu now through the smoke, picking up one, and it seems like Na'Vi can't get anything going. Obviously, they're not on a full buy, but still, Anders, you'd expect them to maybe find a little bit more success.
You would certainly hope so. You'd want to see a lot more power out of them here. It's been taken away. The Mongols have shown up with real force in this game. I actually love this. This is so sick to see. And you said it
new
earlier,
haircut.
You know, this is the 2-0 teams, so it's not like Na'Vi are immediately in danger of getting knocked out here, but still. Spit.
Hello.
Giving a bit of a neck rub to Techno, maybe. Oh. There's no way to repay him.
Oh dear.
You know who gives fantastic neck rubs? Is
भाई इनको तो धो रहा है भाई, literal धो रहा है भाई.
It's got that Indian tech.
Yeah, listen, I'm just telling you now. You can, you know.
Because like head massage is famous out there.
Is it? I've never been to India yet.
I'm pretty sure.
It's one of the it's great failing. I really want to go.
You're right, Anders. You are a failure.
Listen, people tell me all the time, Dan. So I'm glad you're at least there's a certain comfort in the fact that you're affirming that. You know, I don't have to even think about it. It's like it's just we
govern by consensus.
Like, I like that.
भाई तुम लोग 5-10 मिनट बोल के 1 घंटा लगा दिए.
अरे मैं किधर बोला तेरे को 5-10?
तू बोला ना रुक आता हूँ नहा के, फिर बोला रुक आता हूँ खा के. भैंचो 1.5 घंटा से वेट कर रहा हूँ मैं.
हाँ तो लौड़े मैं तो बोला था तेरे को नहा के खेलूंगा, तेरे को रुकने का बोला मदरचोद.
तो भाई
तो बोला ही नहीं तेरे को मैं खा के आता हूँ. मैं तो भावेश से बात करके गया.
हाँ तो मैं म्यूटेड इधर स्ट्रीम कर रहा था ना. मैं सुना हूँ.
मेरे को नहीं पता था तू रुका था.
तो भाई नहा के आके खेलेगा तू बोला था.
हाँ
तो नहा के कब आ गया तू?
आ गया, टाइम हो गया और फिर खाना भी खा लिया.
भोसड़ी के.
अभी तो मैं थोड़ा पावर नैप ले रहा था.
ओह माय गॉड.
अभी पावर नैप लेके आता हूँ. ठीक है.
अबे ओ
तुम लोग खेल लो जल्दी.
मारूंगा ना अभी. गेट का.
User disconnected from your channel.
But I kind of wonder if he wants to take it on himself to try and do something. He's 9-10 in the middle. He's not afraid of anything. But yeah.
अभी join करेगा.
For a minute there, I thought maybe because when you're a man down this early on, maybe what you need is just one of your players to do.
अभी मेरा स्ट्रीम पे आके देख रहा है कि मैं देख रहा हूँ कि नहीं join करेगा. लौटा आजा यार. मुझे पता है तू स्ट्रीम देख रहा है. आजा. PS आजा जल्दी आजा. खेलते. फटाफट. Already 6:40 बज गया. आजा.
Great defensive smoke. I don't know how you deal with this one.
जल्दी है भाई, जीतना है क्लाउडा.
This is so awkward. Up the ladder he goes. It's getting even weirder. Beneath with the AWP. Blitz will put an end to that, but
फंस गया भाई 9-10.
awkward for 9-10 down there. Techno out of the connector, looking for kills.
Can you
jungle.
win this Techno?
2 players to find so much damage to be done here to win this one, to save this for the Mongols. But Techno's on the case. Oh, up on the angle. Jail's weak on the sides. Techno tries to find his way back. The bomb is down.
I think Techno can.
And it's
Oh,
not going to be good, that flick.
fuck.
JL saves the day, and it feels like every kill, every round is labored for Na'Vi.
It really does. I can't believe that we saw 9-10 try to clear Shadow with an AWP. It's just,
Yeah,
it's just so wild, and it very nearly worked. Timeout call for the Mongols. They want more, but already in a very strong position to take the map here. 7-3. Na'Vi barely stabilizing the game, sort of barely getting their feet on the ground at the moment. No balance at all in their play. But for once, they have a bit more cash to work with. They got rid of the FAMAS here. We're all on M4s. They've got some more utility.
But I can remind you, Anders, that in the first map, the Mongols were in this position.
Yeah, that is true.
So maybe Na'Vi can do to them what was done to them.
It's very artful.
That makes sense, right? Does that make sense? I was like confused when I was saying it. I'll be honest.
You are a philosopher, Dan. You know.
That's good.
But yes, that is obviously what they want. A little bit of revenge, turning the tables and all that. Still have seen way fewer be executive than I think we normally would out of the Mongols.
Hello,
So
Dave.
I'm curious about how that plays out. I feel like that's something that maybe they will
Welcome
reach
to the
into
stream.
in the last couple of rounds here, because they certainly have the experience to try and do it a little bit more. Senzu goes down at the start. It's the same kind of a default opening, really. So no surprises on that front. 9-10. We saw him do this before with a lot more speed. Now the slower version as he creeps in. Wonderful is right there in front, but he's got to be careful because Jail is behind him, and there we go. The timing betrays him. 5 versus 3, and Na'Vi could make an argument that they should fall back and play more safely, but I appreciate Wonderful trying to really summon some more strength in the team. He's got 6 kills after getting 3 in this round.
Yeah, and it really does look like Na'Vi have managed to just find their way back in here. This is looking great. I know you've been mentioning their economy. This will certainly be a great round for them. I don't imagine Mzenia really has the ability to find a position to get kills because the bomb is down. You know, if it were the case that the bomb wasn't down, he had it, maybe he could find a fight or two, but we'll see exactly what he's going to be walking into. It's a pretty nasty setup.
It's the kind of round where if this was like 2013-14 Counter-Strike and Get Right or Forest were alone here, you would say, well, there's always a chance, you know?
Yeah.
You never really know. Oh, oh my God.
Dude, okay.
He's disgusted by himself. Let's see the face cam replay. Caught in 4K. Submit the report. Pull up the scoreboard right now and just report him instantly.
It's just like such a random amount of time has passed. Oh, let's spam it.
I just want to see JL's own face. It was so outrageous that even JL feels bad about it. Arrest this man.
Call the police.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Tech Knights online for the Mongols. As they look to charge into mid. Oh, Wonderful is close here. They are closing the distance with the orb. This is very bad for Wonderful. Got to be cautious. Able to back away in time. Carefully does it. Carefully does it.
Gonna flash their way through. Oh, he's got a smoke in hand. Imma had a really rough time in the first half here, but he does control the spray just well enough. It ends up dropping. It might not be that much of a problem here. Imma trying to see if he gets straight. Very labored spray, and he doesn't really get what he wanted. Blitz will take one more shot, and they're actually now a little bit back into the round here. It's the last of the half, so if Na'Vi can't win this one, I think it's going to be quite deflating. Good headshot from Alexi, and with Senzu, just a deagle.
I want this guy to clutch. I want this boy to clutch!
Enough to get the kills here, and Alexi and JL, they got to talk together. They don't have any real interesting grenades to get rid of him. They got the flick is on! Senzu drops JL, and now it's Alexi. Quaking his boots on the other side.
Holy fuck!
Round to lose. I don't know if Na'Vi have the mental to recover it. He's baiting him into it. He's saying, I've got to be reloading at some point. He's down to just 2 bullets. shooting those out. I think he's tempting Alexi, saying, you know, I've got hardly anything left here. 20 seconds and...
Holy
Alexi just happy to make it out.
Nice strike, kiddo.
Oh, Senzu.
Nice try.
Dangerous stuff there with the Deagle. Oh man. The damage, I mean, after they win the round, of course, but after all is said and done,
Clouda, तू बहुत बड़ा motherchode निकला रे.
See the impacts of that in a moment.
That is sick. Still, it's not a terrible first half, right? 7-5.
भावेश तो मर ही गया भाई, खत्म है भावेश. कहीं तो घुस गया वो अंदर.
Yeah, I mean, again, if we think back to the first map, you know, it was a more dominant start, to be honest, from Na'Vi.
Yeah.
Going up 7-1 and what was it? You know, 4 rounds in the end that the Mongols were able to get. So with all that said, I mean, you know, and looking at that game, you know, Na'Vi showed that they had the ceiling. They were able to reach it to be in winning ways for a large duration there. So to move into the second side here. Oh yes, let's look at this lovely flick. Oh.
So scary. 10 health.
Incredible.
Now, on the T side here for Na'Vi, they do like a good ramp split on these pistol rounds. It's something that they are into. So don't be surprised if we see something like that. They're going to set up a couple of smokes in the middle to begin with. Deep one going to the bottom of connector, and then they have one in the window already, and it will in fact be a heavy ramp. Execute.
Yeah. Late push from Emir through the underpass, looking to catch a timing as Blitz looks to defend here on Sandwich. How long can he live in his forward position? Sensu and 910 picking up players, and this is slowing down the push here. Blitz, I don't understand. Wonderful, wonderful. What have you done? What have you done? The betrayer.
The thing is, you almost have to, like, there's no the risk is that USP is gonna get, you know, the kills on you instead. So it's hard to even blame him, but it's obviously a dreadful time to have that happen. And the Mongols winning the pistol. Oh, that is disgusting timing. I don't know if you saw that the first go around here. Yeah, it looks funny, doesn't it? But
it actually almost looks completely needless, Andy.
You might be right.
In the replay, it's like, you just missed. Or did you?
Accusing him of mutiny, shooting Alexi in the back of the head.
Yeah, there's a foreign agent on the team.
भाई दो टॉप एमर बी पे खेल रहे थे.
No reason to take any risk whatsoever. There was no bomb hunt. You know that Na'Vi are very likely not going to have anything in this round, so just relax. Enjoy the CRT. That is, for the Sumas out there, it's what TVs used to look like.
Yes, the cathode, the old cathode ray tube. I remember her well.
Yeah. Could it exist without relativity? We need to understand.
That's true.
How photons move through the tube, and otherwise we're going to get the wrong image.
Don't talk about my tube.
Why isn't playing close with MP9?
Damn, you might go to the gym a lot, but I'll talk about whatever I want.
All right. Wonderful has a deagle.
Where is the confidence,
That's really all I can say about Na'Vi. Wonderful has a deagle.
I mean, that is probably, to be honest, the most, the only thing we really care about, presumably, is going to be whether or not you can find one of them, and we're just completely robbed of that entertainment. They couldn't even get us that. At least.
MP9 लेके सिर्फ दो ही किल मिला यार. MP9 लेके इसको आराम से 3-4 किल मिलता है, ऑफ दे देता भाई अपने टीममेट को और M4 ले लेता उससे. खत्म था भाई.
It's a kind of a careful position you're taking. You know, sort of riding the fence on this one, Dan, but fair enough. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how British people speak. You know how it works. You say the words that you say it's not really.
ये गेम के बाद मैं go कर दूँगा solo.
Because you get plausible deniability at all times.
Wait, hold on.
User joined your channel.
9-5, round number 15. We have the deep incendiary again.
Microphone activated.
Thrower gamer.
They are already.
खेलेगा क्या?
भाई तू देख रहा है इनका गेम? ये मैप के बाद खेलते साथ में. क्या खेल रहा है बे मंगोल्स? मार भी रहा है, खेल भी रहा है.
फुल स्क्रीन कर, फुल स्क्रीन. अगर तेरे स्ट्रीम पे देखूंगा मैं. फुल स्क्रीन कर.
किया तो भोसड़ी के. भाई बहुत अच्छा प्लेयर है ये सेंजू और टेक्नो माशाल्लाह गोल्डन जेम्स है
माशाल्लाह
इन्फर्नो पता है 7-1 जीत रहे थे नावी
One mistake for Wonderful and he ends up getting dropped now. He hasn't seen
Wonderful
the
ने
technician
देखा
he
इसको?
has. He knows that
radar
someone's
पे
going
spot
to
हुआ
come.
रहेगा
He's
ना?
calling in the reinforcements as well. Bit is walking in from the catwalk instead. 40 seconds now. And Techno, one job to do. Wonderful has no idea how much danger he's in.
Wonderful को पता है he is fucked up.
Showing he's able to see him. Does he want to take the chance? Not yet anyway. Waiting for it. And there we go. The headshot. Execution. Back of the head as Bit gets the first one. Still a player to find in the corner. Nice little grenade actually will soften it up.
What a nade, bro.
Into the debris. A sick round for Techno. The patience
bhai
to get the job done was beautiful.
guys are good man.
That is actually an awesome round there. Really well played.
भाई इनको तो रुला दिया रे नावी को सोच
Yeah, it's cool to see. You know, Techno.
ब्लेड वर्सेस मारा कोच
भाई लोग इंडिविजुअली बहुत स्ट्रांग है रे
Considering how many different weird positions he ends up playing, but
I mean, this is so well played because you know he really wants his teammate 910 to just be able to like be the distraction there.
Let's go,
Bliat! Really effectively shoot.
Zino तो भाई
Anyway, back on the pistols, quick run up the catwalk, straight into the brick wall.
लेट आया थोड़ा फ्लैश सेकंड फ्लैश
oh, how does Techno go down? They knew what was coming, obviously. Oh my god!
ये क्या था हेलो
हेलो
ये क्या था जेल तो उसके विंडो से निकल भी गया था उसके स्क्रीन से
That's CS2 for you bro.
लैन पे भी ऐसा होता है
अबे लैन ऑनलाइन का लैन पे देख लैन पे इतना फील नहीं होता मैं तो बोलता हूं ना कि
लैन पे तो 0 पिंग है भाई
जब भी मुंबई सर्वर पे खेलता हूं ना मैं तब कोई डस्ट टू वस्ट का मैच वगैरह तभी इतना गंदा फील नहीं होता जितना ये 60 पिंग पे फील होता है ना 60 पिंग पे बहुत गंदा फील होता है गेम नाइटर निकाल लेगा
उसके औकात के बाहर है भाई बिट है वो बिट के सामने अगर वो रहता टेक्नो तो सेंसर तो पॉसिबल था
And what was crazy at the end right there too was that it looks
910 तो पूरा लड़की लगती है रे मुझे
भाई तू उसको रियल लाइफ में देखा नहीं है भाई तू रियल लाइफ में तू देखेगा ना तू बोलेगा ये क्या है भाई
उसका पैर भी तो वैसे ही होगा ना मतलब वो सिंगल पेंसिल जैसा
चड्डी पहन के आता है जिधर भी जाया तो चड्डी पहन के आता है
अबे चड्डी नहीं उसको पैंट बोलते शॉर्ट्स
हाँ भाई ठीक है चल शॉर्ट्स पहन के आता है और फुल चिकना पैर और उसको तू देखेगा ना भाई मतलब उसके पैर तू देखेगा तो तू बोल ही नहीं सकता कोई लड़के का पैर ही है करके
भाई वो अपने आप को ऐसा मेंटेन किया है ब्रो
कर ले मेंटेन अपने आप को वैसे
आफ्टर ऑल ही इज अ मॉडल ब्रो एज वेल एज अ स्टार ऑपर ऑफ मंगोलिया
ये लोग मस्त है भाई ये लोग मैच हारते नूब टीम के सामने और फिर चुपचाप चले जाते
ये व्यू मॉडल सबसे पहले इमाई लेके आया था बीच खड़ा
यस गो में भी यही सेम व्यू मॉडल के साथ खेलता था देख उसने स्विंग किया टेक्नो ने कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा भाई आजा यार खेलते छोड़ ये मैच भाई
बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग हो रहा है यार
नहीं होगा इंटरेस्टिंग भाई मार देगी
क्लाउडा ने मेरे को चूतिया बना के चला गया भाई
क्या बोला उसने
2 घंटे पहले बोला था कि भाई हारुक आता हूँ नहा के फिर खेलते हैं फिर आधा घंटे बाद आया फिर बोलता है कि खाना खा के आता हूँ फिर अभी 10 मिनट पहले बोल के गया रुक मैं नैप लेके आता हूँ फिर खेलते मैं 2 घंटे से बैठा हूँ लिटरली
एक भी गेम नहीं खेला
नहीं मैं डीएम किया बस और बैठा हूँ बस मैं करता हूँ तेरे को इनवाइट इधर आ मेरे चैनल मेरे लॉबी पे
मिराज लिया तो डॉज कर लूंगा मैं अभी बोल रहा हूँ
मिराज खेलते हैं भाई
नहीं तूने मिराज लगाया तो मैं डॉज करने वाला
मिराज खेलना है भाई
मेरे को तू बस लगा मिराज मैं डॉज करूंगा देख
प्रैक्टिस करना है ब्रो ऐसा क्यों करेगा ब्रो
भाई तेरा एक मैप बैन करता हूं मैं हमेशा मेरा एक मैप बैन करेगा तू हमेशा
मेरा क्या एक मैप पता
ट्रेन तो हमेशा बैन करवाता है ट्रेन में बैन करता हूं हमेशा तेरे लिए
चल ठीक है ये वाला वीडियो में ट्रेन बैन नहीं करूंगा ठीक है
तो मिराज बैन करेगा तू?
नहीं
करेगा मिराज बैन?
मैं न्यूक बैन करूंगा
ट्रेन हो ना हो
क्यों भाई मैं तुझे बैन नहीं कर रहा
चलेगा ना? तो ठीक है न्यूक भी बैन मत करना फिर।
तो क्या बैन करूं फिर?
मिराज
आरामखोर
अब हो गया, तू पकड़ा गया भाई, अब हो गया डील।
There were a lot of ants on the bomb site, and Techno was, banging them out. Gel really knows how to, stylish kills. That's his flavor. Yeah, well the ants are dead at the B bomb site, but
oh bye.
So are the Mongols players. This actually does matter.
That's a find. Mzini are looking to maybe try to move towards the orb in case. I mean, I don't know if he can deny the pickup yet. Bit's going to be able to get that. Bit needs to leave.
Gotta be so. Oh, he dies.
That's unfortunate that Mzini dies indeed. 10-8.
It's a really important thing for Navi.
Bro, मैं तो warm up से बजे गया वो ऐसे search करो warm up.
Kind of a disaster. Keep alive at 3. I think that's acceptable.
Servers.
Timeout call. The last one that they have for the Mongols.
Southeast Asia.
What is the play?
Yeah, it's certainly a good time to do it. It's been a,
then instant connect.
कैसे हार सकते रे bot team के सामने?
Were the ones doing this to the Mongols in the last
Hunter
game.
आएगा शायद से कल.
And Navi, they're creeping all the way back, looking pretty good at the moment.
मैच आ गया हार गई G2
मिराज बैन कर पहले फर्स्ट बैन कर मिराज बाकी कोई भी मैप खेलेंगे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है
सामने 3 मैन एंड 2 मैन आया
बॉट लोग हैं स्पॉन जूनियर वगैरह
स्पॉन जूनियर अच्छा खेलता है ब्रो
What a shot there for 9-10, falling off as well. Great opener. Oh no, but they've lost Senzu in the meantime by Connector.
तो देख 5 नंबर को कहां पे जाके बैठा है वो ब्लिट्स को
So much work in the last 3 rounds.
चेयर पे
Very slow map.
चेयर पे जाके बैठ गया वो.
He's found the groove all of a sudden. Bomb picked up. Might just be a walk out of Palace here for Bits with no warning. Same as the Mongols tried to do in the first half here. So
Inferno ban कर रहा हूँ.
9-10. It's such a smart play in front of the smoke. They were not ready for it. They felt like they'd already cleared that. A little bit of a fight potentially could be happening over at the B bomb side, but they lost Wonderful, and that's the bomb on the ramp. So yeah, they've got B, but they don't have the thing that actually goes in the bomb side.
Yeah. Well, MA might be in a position to do more. It has a good spot to maybe find a timing.
और लेके भी जाएगा कहां से 5 नंबर तो पीछे आ रहा है.
Activate Imma. That'd be really good. Here comes Imma. Here comes Imma. Oh, what
भाई मार दिया रे.
2 kills out of nowhere. 2 versus 1. The Mongols had everything going for them. But Techno, do they know where Techno
Imma मरना नहीं चाहिए रे.
Against Techno, and he gets it, Imma, rather. Imma, you said it, Anders. He has been lifting the team on his back in the recent rounds.
Imma तो करी कर रहे करी Imma.
I am so shocked at how this one played out.
Imma करी कर रहा है ना?
Coming in from blitz, the fact that they turn what should have been a retreat to the B bomb site into a giant flank, and 3 kills for Imma.
3 किल पे 2 किल पे था वो या 1 किल पे था.
You have to point out that blitz.
तो basically carry कर रहा है ना?
He should have every single time.
अबे नहीं उससे बहुत सारे impact frags मारे I mean.
The result.
Yeah.
The result of that round is crazy.
अबे ये तो eco है. स्लो हो रहा है रे मेरा नेट मेरा स्ट्रीम भागेगा
Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
Slow as fuck bro कैसे ये क्रॉसर आ रहा है भाई झाटू है क्या CS पूरा खत्म हो गया क्या CS
Why am I getting 220 ping, my friend?
think you can use exit lag. Hello?
सर्वर ही झाड़ू रहेगा।
ओए तेरा 200 पिंग क्यों आ रहा है लौड़े?
तब आशा मैं बोल रहा था दो सारे करके।
तो भाई सही कर।
फिर भी मार दूंगा रे मैं तेरे को।
बे मेरे को मारने का बात नहीं है भाई।
टाइम ले पर रिजॉइन करता हो जाएगा शायद।
रिजॉइन करो क्यों? एग्जिट लगा ले।
अरे नहीं है भाई एग्जिट लैग।
Incendiary out. Throwing smoke. Smoke.
क्या बोल रहा है?
एग्जिट लैग यूज कर रहा है तेरा?
नहीं।
तो दे मेरे को।
मैं भूल गया पासवर्ड।
मेरा ऑलरेडी लॉक हो जाएगा।
Laying down smoke. Incendiary. Grenade out.
ओ भाई बाहर तूफान क्यों आ रहा है? स्ट्रीम नहीं होगा क्या आज मेरा? बाहर तूफान आ रहा है ब्रो।
No more talking. Now we fight.
It's over. It's over.
हेलो
हेलो।
चल तो रहा है ना मेरा नेट, पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है। एग्जिट लैग मार्क भाई एग्जिट लैग की।
एग्जिट लैग बा क्या?
एग्जिट लैग की मार्की चूत।
क्यों भाई? तेरा नेट की बोल ब्रो। योर नेट इज द इशू।
मेरा नेट का इशू नहीं है, सर्वर का इशू है।
तेरा
मतलब
नेट का ही इशू
सर्वर
है।
पे राउटिंग का इशू है ब्रो, नेट का इशू नहीं है मेरे, मैं बोल रहा हूँ तेरे को।
तेरा नेट का राउटिंग का इशू है ब्रो। सर्वर का इशू होता तो मुझे भी
अरे
हाइपिंग
मेरा
आता।
नेट का सर्वर पे राउटिंग का इशू है भाई।
तेरा नेट का राउटिंग का
चुप चूती है।
गाली क्यों दे रहा है बे? तेरे को मैं गाली दिया?
देना मेरे को गाली।
ऐसा गाली दूं ना अभी
देना।
कांप जाएगा तू। ऐसा गाली
देना
दूंगा
देना
मैं।
देना। चलो लेट्स गो। Want to go A? Let's go B, let's go B. Let's go B, let's go B bro.
कहाँ यूटिल कहाँ है? लेट्स गो भी बोल रहा है।
है ना उसके पास यूटिल। ये खाली मेरे को ही दिख रहा है। You know the left smoke?
City smoke you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
कौन कूद रहा है इतना?
A green.
Pushing.
He's out, he's out. Smoke left.
There.
Throwing a flashbang.
Oh sorry. Backside low.
Connectors move हो गया।
I'm planting.
उसने कनेक्टर स्मोक किया?
One corner।
प्लांट ब्रो, प्लांट है।
Activating the bomb.
उठ किसी आ देख रहा हूँ भाई ये मैं क्यों मरता हूँ जल्दी ये देखने के लिए।
वो स्मोक किसने किया ऐसा चन्नू जैसा चन्नू
कनेक्टर वाला तो फेल हो गया ना एडीएस वाला स्मोक।
और बाहर कैसे आ रहा है तुम लोग का रहते हुए उधर?
पता नहीं वो कहाँ से आया बाहर कैसे आया वो।
शॉट्स क्यों नहीं लग रहे? 66.5 मारा मैंने उसको। लाइक इट्स लाइक रजिस्टर ही नहीं हो रहा उसके बॉडी पे। स्टार्टिंग जहर हो गया बट एंडिंग मीठा होगा। मीडी खेलता है ये।
एक और कनेक्टर मैंने बीपेक को मारा है।
एक बी पे
एक कनेक्टर है और एक बी साइड आया रहेगा रोटेशन पे।
Wow.
I go take the gun.
डैमेज नहीं पड़ा। वाओ।
Go mid.
One temple. Camera roll.
Scare camera, okay. I'm watching backstep.
I'm watching camera blue. Okay.
It's
Okay,
clear,
okay.
it's clear.
Aiming last. Aiming last.
Bro, I don't have HP. Just play
Yeah, okay.
time.
He's saving AK. He's saving. Half HP, I hear him.
Terrorists win. You will all die.
वो इलिया विसल्स मिड ही खेलता है। अराउंड मिड खेलता है वो। पुश करता है उसको।
क्या सीन है? मैं अभी आया।
Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
पुश है मेरे पास।
Aiming.
Purple watch है मैं पुश please. Dead push dead.
1B। मिड पुश आ सकता है?
नहीं मारा है मैंने। एक और कनेक्टर पिलर। ए यार
और ये कहाँ था? ब्लू उनका?
का ब्लू पता नहीं। ए में था।
Last two A. Last two B. Sorry.
लास्ट टू बी बोल रहा है घुस भाग जा।
Terrorists win.
वॉक कर ले ब्रो।
पोजीशन नोन नहीं है ब्रो।
अरे बोल रहा है वो लास्ट टू बी।
हाँ तो
भाग ना मिड पे और ये प्लांट कर जाके।
भाग के क्यों जाना है भाई?
ड्रॉप दे।
मैं जब वॉक करके जा सकता आराम से, क्यों मेहनत करना है?
ड्रॉप दे चुपचाप चल।
तमीज से बात कर, समझेगा? हीजड़ा
क्या?
हीजड़ा।
This is our fight.
लास्ट राउंड जीते कैसे? लास्ट के लास्ट राउंड
I'm throwing the flashback.
बेड़े भाग जा पीछे नहीं होगा तेरे से
C4. One aiming host SMG. Aiming to SMG. Dead.
Smoke. I'm throwing fire. Bomb has been planted. Throwing smoke.
2 women pushing.
तेरे मुंह पे फ्लैश किया
जो पास कैसे हो गया ये?
जाने
अरे बोल तो पास हो गया भाई।
अबे तू क्या तू कान वान बंद रख के खेलता है क्या?
ओ
क्रॉसिंग लगाया है तेरे
नहीं
सामने
ठीक है
तेरे सामने
यही रिप्लाई करूंगा। कान वन आंख वाक सब बंद करके खेलते हैं क्या क्रेजी?
क्रॉसिंग लगाया तेरे सामने से बंदा क्रॉस हुआ उल्टा मेरे को तेरे को बोला
अरे ओके ब्रो गुड गोइंग ब्रो।
Throwing fire.
Clear agreement forward.
Throwing fire.
Kill him, bro. Nothing कर ले reload important है.
Counter terrorists win.
He just swing like a clown, no matter what.
नहीं reload करना important है भाई वो. मंगोलियंस ब्रेन डेड होते भाई। सुन ना कनेक्टर ऑफ लगा मैं जाके क्लोज जाके मॉली करूंगा रिबाउंड वो मॉली मैं जैसे मॉली करता हूं वाइड स्विंग करता है उसको मार दे।
स्मोक फ्लैशेस ले।
नहीं चाहिए स्मोक।
अरे मुझे चाहिए बाद में एग्जीक्यूट के लिए।
चाहिए भाई तेरे को भी नहीं चाहिए।
अबे मजा नहीं आता रे तेरे साथ खेलने में। मतलब तू खुद का फोर्स करता रहता है और तू एक्सपेक्ट करता है कि तेरा बात सब लोग सुने। वो अच्छा नहीं है भाई।
मतलब मैं टेक 9 पे खेल रहा हूं मैं पूछ जाऊंगा
तो बहन जो तू भाई किया तो पूरा भाई करना। क्या अगले रोने के लिए क्या उखाड़ लेगा भाई? 2 किल लेगा बस।
2B, 2 mob.
I'm throwing a grenade. Smoke.
Taking B.
Hit him.
Don't go away.
Heaven.
Kill him bro. Don't let him go.
Why are you making noise, Purple? Just go. Let's go. Don't bait me. Let's go.
Throwing smoke.
2A. Heaven. Attack him.
फिर से भाई टीम में लो है बंदा पेमेंट कोई नहीं था।
I'm planting the bomb. Bomb has been planted.
I knew it, bro. Amen आ रहा है।
Bomb has been defused. Counter terrorists win.
Steadily का spelling ये है।
It is time now, my brother. Smoke. Throwing smoke.
One more ninja. No.
Darn.
Can I have the AK blue?
Take it.
Let's go connector. Come. Smoke temple, please. Give me. Wait.
Low है यार, low है.
Wait. Oh my god.
भाई मैं स्लो खेलता हूँ भाई. लौड़ा है ब्लू चूतमारी का है. हमेशा कुछ ट्रेड नहीं करता है भाई. बैक 10 लेके स्टेयर्स आ रहा है और खड़ा है वहाँ से. मैंने कुछ देख रहा है. प्लेयर.
This is easy. We kill them, and then we go home.
एक HP है वो. Mid picking. Oh my god भाई.
Counter-terrorists win.
$98 800X 3D or maybe $7800X 3D with 40
Connector
70 Ti or 4090 is the best for CS2. Don't smoke connector guys, don't smoke connector.
वो रिबाउंड फ्लैश करके पीक करता है हर राउंड. बस उसको मार जाके भाई. बहुत इरिटेटिंग है वो.
Now is the time.
Don't smoke connector.
Throw a smoke. Grenade out. Let's go with a flashbang.
Red पीक कर सकता है तेरे को. What the fuck is this smoke, man?
No mind, yes.
One mid, falling back to A.
You just threw a smoke.
Can we go A? अरे ये कब लेफ्ट साइड से पिक कर रहा है यार? कब आया लेफ्ट साइड पे ये? हमारा बंदे ने ये स्मोक किया मिड पे.
हाँ.
किसने? ब्लू ने?
भाई पर्पल ने.
पर्पल तो
One more. You know the.
मिड सुनाई दिया तुझे? You can remolly temple. One city, he smoked B man. तो बाहर क्यों निकला? तेरा प्लांट है.
तो सीटी पीक करके मारना था. मैं मॉली कर दिया ना. तो मार देता उसको. मैं फ्री किल था.
मिड जाना चाहिए. कोई प्रेशर कोई क्रिएट ही नहीं कर रहा है रे. फ्री में खेल रहा है ए पे यार. मिड पे भाई चोत. पीछे से स्पैम वैम कर रहे. नहीं बूस्ट नहीं देना मेरे को.
We must win. Smoke! Go smoke! Throw in the flashbang!
Give me your molly.
Grenade
We can go ahead.
One water. One camera.
क्या बहुत है बैंड का लोडे लोग यार.
He out. Tempo out.
I'm planted.
Same in.
Activating the bomb. Bomb has been planted. Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
बहुत ही ऑब्वियस था इसका ये रोटेशन. पूरा नाइफ आउट आया लिटरली वो बंदा. नो फक्स गिवन जैसा.
We got smoke.
ये साइड में जो राउंड ही नहीं है.
Throwing smoke. Molotov.
B rotating to me. Backside. One backside.
Planted. Bomb has been planted. Smoke. Terrorists win.
मेरे लिए लर्क्स नेवर माइंड. हेडी स्मोक करेगा.
नहीं कनेक्टर जा रहा.
I'm throwing fire. I'm throwing a flashbang.
One B.
2v.
2B, 1B. B
Go away, guys.
rotating to
Just
A.
go away. और देख लिया उसने.
Throwing smoke.
अब वॉक कर रहे हैं छू तुम्हारी खेलोग भाई.
Throwing fire. I'm planting the bomb.
Heaven.
Wait, don't
Bomb
let.
has been planted.
हेवन ही एक. दोनों हेवन होने चाहिए.
उसका भी वही बोल.
हेल हो सकता है बस. हेवन स्मोक्ड है अभी.
Amen.
Aiming.
Terrorists win. Where are the real men? Let's move out.
G.SKILL.
Start 4B, guys. I mean 3B. Start 3B.
Give it to the point.
Play from heaven with kit. अरे पुश कौन कर? Kite. काउंटर इन ऑलरेडी पुश करके मर गए तुम
भाई मैं तो पुश नहीं किया
तू भी तो मर गया बीमन की तरफ ही
हाँ तो मैं फाइट लेके मारा ना पुश थोड़ी किया मैंने
यार तू भी उनके जैसे ही खेल रहे थे कैजुअली बस घुस के मारो घुस के
कैसे मरा हूं मैं
कैसे मारो या मर जाओ भाई एटलीस्ट राउंड पे जिंदा रहने के लिए तो खेल रोटेशन तो आने दे तू भी वो भी मर गया तू भी मर जाएगा तो कैसे क्या होगा रे थोड़ा रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेके खेल भाई 2 मैन ही है 5 मैन नहीं है या 3 मैन नहीं है
मतलब वो 1v1 फाइट दे रहा तो नहीं लूं फाइट गांड नहीं गांड पकड़ के पीछे खेलता हूं छूट जाता हूं मैं शूट नहीं लेता मैं फाइट जब उसके पास क्लॉक है मेरे पास यूएसपी है मैं छूट जाता हूं
Ding, 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 ding.
Or was it mid purple?
One aim in.
Let's kill the B guy.
Has been planted.
There's AK in mid. No need to push, guys. They are holding. Can we just play defensive?
We are out of here. Throwing smoke.
Beam it.
इस बंदों के साथ
One more beaming.
Grenade out. Smoke.
Reload.
Pyramid. Yeah.
Beaming one.
I think one is coming mid.
Counter-terrorist win. The clear lines.
Can I have a drop green? I got. You can buy Molly purple instead of flashes.
They're gonna wish they were never born.
You can nade elbow, bro.
Deploying flashbang. Throwing a grenade.
Amen out. 2 amen. 3.
Grenade out.
2.
Throwing fire. Incendiary out.
It's a.
Take those stairs.
A guy dead. A clear.
He got there. A clear.
One mid. Can be amen out again. Yeah, amen one out. Last mid. Leave mid.
Counter-terrorists win. Now we're getting stuck right into them. For Queen countrymen. Throwing fire. Deploying flashbang. Throwing smoke.
Oh no, incorrect already.
One B main.
Incendiary.
Better के सामने.
He's up.
Grenade. Incendiary.
Oh my god. Sorry. Better clear.
Grenade out.
Outside a clear, bro.
Throwing
You can go
fire.
B. C4 here.
C4 hit, C4 hit.
Flashbang. Counter-terrorists win. A piece of cake to us.
Green, can you drop me your molly and smoke in mid? And then go B.
Right, lads.
Drop me. Yeah, drop me here.
Laying down smoke. Grenade. Grenade out. Throwing a grenade.
I'm flashing.
Throwing flashbang. Laying down smoke.
Mid low. 2 guys. 1 low.
Me. No, one.
Throwing flashbang.
You can nade in the smoke.
Grenade.
Going in.
दो बंदे कैमरा से इन
One low. Very low.
Wait, blue wait.
Throwing fire. Terrorists win.
9 in 5.
Microphone muted.
We just have to keep playing, bro. Keep practicing.
Microphone activated.
Mid खेलेगा ये राउंड में काउंटर पिक करूंगा. जरा फ्लैश ड्रॉप देख मुझे.
मैन आ रहे हो भाग के.
Let's go.
खाली कुछ नहीं करते, रिमोट फ्लैश करते, बीमन वाइट नहीं करता. हर राउंड एक ही चीज करता है.
Incendiary out. Flashbang. Laying down smoke. Grenade out.
Purple, give me your smoke.
Throwing smoke.
7 मिड रोटेट कर. जिगल कर रहा हूँ बोले लेके कैमरा से.
मिड इन है. एक और मिड है. बार फेल हो रहा है। मैं प्ले बना रहा हूँ।
बी रोटेशन दे, छोड़ दे।
Two mid.
देख पैंच कुछ भी मार रहे, ऐसे ही गोली मारते मैं मर जाता हूँ। Clear bro. Back.
Careful A bro, careful A. Purple. Just play A. क्या एंगल है यार?
Can you wait?
No time.
Throwing fire. Counter-terrorists win. You're champion.
Nice one, Purple.
गार्ड फिट ये रिस्क की 1v1 में।
Can you drop M4? Nice, Purple. Purple, you push outside him and I flash for you, okay?
Okay.
Go.
Kill one and fall back.
Deploying flashbang.
One B main.
What the fuck?
Running.
Flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
One A. No,
क्रॉस हो
A.
गया जल के ऑलरेडी।
Kill the counter guy.
Grenade out.
Green, careful temple. Green, careful temple.
Throwing smoke.
एक एनबीके ठीक है।
एनबीके से पीछे क्या?
हाँ।
Laying down smoke.
पुश कर दे अभी ये स्मोक को।
Throwing fire.
मेरे से M4 लेगा?
दे।
ये ले मॉली भी दिया, मैं हाइड हो रहा हूँ इधर मैकगिल्स पे। अब मैकगिल्स ही आजा, मेरे साथ ही खेल ले। ग्रीन कैन यू गो ए?
Came in.
Throwing fire.
Coming B1. It's B.
1 HP B man.
Alive.
B.
I'm hiding B.
B man 1 HP bro.
They're falling back. Already A here.
Here already one can be on his side. One guy is very low. Nice.
One mid, one A. Last mid. Camera.
Throwing a grenade.
Same.
Throwing now.
Don't fight green.
Yeah.
Counter-terrorists win. Nice.
यार दूसरे वाले को भी मार देता यार मैं।
M4 पड़ी है।
No, you take it.
Blue, play safe, we win. Easy, they don't know how to enter site.
Move. Incendiary. Throwing smoke.
Drop smoke behind you.
Going connector.
What are you?
Throwing fire. Incendiary out. Throwing a grenade.
Came in.
I got mid.
Kirby main.
So can you watch my stairs? Just hold my stairs.
Bro.
I got mid.
Counter-terrorists win.
Nice green. Take AK bro.
मैंने शेयर्स नीड किया था, एक बंदे ने खाया 65, एक बंदे ने खाया 64। 10 डैमेज पड़ा भाई वो लोग को।
Purple, I op A, okay? You show A presence, then I come A, okay?
तो मेड आएंगे।
हाँ तू रोटेशन खेल लेना।
मैं कनेक्टर ही खेलूंगा, रोटेशन तो तुमको भेजूंगा।
Throwing fire. Grenade out. Grenade out. Throwing smoke.
Go rotate guys, go rotate.
2 mid, 2 mid. 2 mid. 4v3, 4v3.
Throwing fire.
Don't push, Blue, don't push. Watch this smoke push, watch this smoke push. They can come camera. Purple.
Give me your molly.
You can play safe in garage. C4 drop outside connector. Maybe. They. C4 है, C4 है.
C4 is A.
Two, both.
Two. So let's do.
सर लगा. एक लो है उनका. Both of you have kit. You can play slow. One amen. One more low.
अरे चिल्ला मत यार, मेरे को लगा उधर है उसके पास।
Just defuse bro.
क्या यार रेवन?
Defuse.
चिल्ला क्यों रहा है माइक पे तू?
मैं इसको बोल रहा हूँ।
क्या कॉल था तेरा? One more low.
हाँ इसने टैग किया था ना पर्पल ने फाइट
है वो।
ठीक है।
मैं मर नहीं सकता रे, नहीं तो राउंड प्रॉब्लम हो जाए। टफ लग रहा है राउंड जीतने में, मरूंगा तो। पेट पे कोई सपोर्ट भी नहीं है मेरा। Free player.
Just fight.
Fall back.
Door.
1v1 mid, you can push bro, push. Kill the mid guy. You maybe C4 stairs.
Bomb has been planted.
People.
चला।
बोला के बैठा है।
Temple one.
निकल जा स्मोक तो उसको मार।
Deploying flashbang. Terrorists win.
Nice try. मैं स्मोक करके पुश कर रहा हूँ।
FPS drop हो रहा है।
आ रहा पर।
कहाँ मिड के अंदर स्मोक के थ्रू?
हाँ मिड स्मोक के थ्रू।
वो लोग 3 बंदे आ रहे हैं भाई। एक फ्लैश ड्रॉप कर, मैं फ्लैश कर दूंगा। दोनों फ्लैश ड्रॉप कर दे, मैं कर दूंगा।
नहीं एक खुद के लिए करूंगा मैं।
Let's have it, lads.
तो पता चल जाएगा।
जाने का ट्राई करूंगा।
Smoke.
स्पैम ने मार दिया मेरे को, इसका नसीब अच्छा है वो।
Dead be main, no more be main.
4 mid guys, 2 or 3 mid.
I'm coming in, man. Green, just jiggle, bro. Just jiggle. Don't fight me. Just jiggle camera from temple.
Water. Beacon.
Okay,
Let's push.
I'm leaving mid, bro.
Okay, fine. They are inside con.
Be water. Ding. You water.
क्या हकू है भाई। एक मिगिल्स एक रॉप्स
I smoke.
पिज्जा।
Laying down smoke.
Smoke C for a
Terrorists win.
कुछ नहीं कर सकता रे झाटू प्लेयर्स झाटू टीम।
बाय
क्या
बाय बाय बाय
बाय बाय हो गया?
हाँ
क्यों?
मन नहीं है।
ठीक है।
User disconnected from your channel.
Think I have to shut down my stream and नेट जा सकता है। यप नेट जा सकता है। यार, ये ब्लू का भाई 20 एवरेज है भाई। भाई बहुत ज्यादा ही मेरा लैग हो रहा है यार एफपीएस क्रॉसहेयर लैग। गाइस मेरे को बंद करना पड़ेगा पीसी गाइस। मिलते हैं थोड़ी देर बाद क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा थंडरिंग हो रहा है इधर। सो गाइस मिलते हैं थोड़ी देर बाद। स्ट्रीम वापस करूँगा अगर नेट रहा तो इधर और लाइन रहा तो करंट लाइट। चलो गाइस बाय बाय। थैंक यू फॉर स्टेइंग इन द स्ट्रीम एंड लाइकिंग द स्ट्रीम।